Hi, I'm Cedric Yarbrough, and I'm thrilled to have a very special story for you. It's called The Mudstucker, and one of the reasons I like it so much is because it's based on the great state of Minnesota. That's my home state. The Minnesota Mudstucker is from a collection of stories called the United Tales of America, and they were created to inspire and unite kids everywhere. So you guys just sit back and get comfortable while I read The Mudstucker. Did you ever notice how grown-ups will say that fairy tales happen in lands far away? Well, I know a story that some say is true, and trust me, it happened much closer to you. It was back in the time before we had states, but even back then, there were 10,000 lakes. A polka dot fish was just swimming by when his fin accidentally hit a striped fish's eye. "Hey, watch where you're going," the second fish said, butting the polka dot fish right in the head. Chaos ensued as the two of them fought. Their splashing and bashing made everyone fraught. When witnesses spoke of what they had seen, the news quickly spread way further upstream. And the problem with stories as they move along is facts get distorted and often they're wrong. By the time it had traveled to Polka Dot's home, the size of the fight had seriously grown. The polka dots gathered as never before and traveled together down to the river for war. "It's an invasion!" the lake fish agreed and gathered their troops together at speed. But as the two armies came head to head, they heard a small voice down on the lake bed. Excuse me for this, but I must interject because fighting each other does not show respect." Stopped in their tracks, the fish all looked down to a tiny mudstucker stuck flat on the ground. "Don't get annoyed. I had to intrude because the fish fighting fish is, well, it's silly and rude." "I'm a mudstucker." The mudstucker smiled. "I've been stuck in the mud since I was a child. It's warm and it's safe down here, right in the mud. We like it this way. We think flat is good." The rest of the fish swam down to the floor, forgetting their plan to start a fish war. "Are you sad? You can't swim around." The mudstucker smiled. "Well, we prefer the ground. I'm shaped like a star, and my suckers give traction to stick in the mud, but I see all the action. And I saw the fight that started this war from here where I sit, stuck tight on the floor. But better than that, I've seen with these eyes. To answer your problem, just look to the skies. See how the birds, they gather in crowds, flying together, a little like clouds. You could swim tight together, then gradually thinning. I think we should call it synchronized swimming." This story of Mudstucker traveled afar. The brave little creature, shaped like a star. He was happy with life just stuck in the mud, a jewel in the crown of that lake neighborhood. To honor Mudstucker from that moment forth, the fish called his lake the Star of the North. They learned about listening and talking in Rhoda, in the place we now call the Great Minnesota. So when you get angry with one of your friends, remember this story and how it all ends. Stop for a moment. Consider anew. What is it like from their point of view? Mudstucker was small but incredibly wise, for he taught the magic of compromise. Wow, yeah, I love that story. And I love the Mudstucker. Did you like it? Were you listening closely? Because now I have a quiz for you. Okay, ready? Here goes. What do you think caused the first fish fight? Do you remember what I said? What sometimes happens when a story gets retold? Why was the Mudstucker brave? What was his suggestion to help the situation? Well, that's it. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching, and remember, if one of your buddies is driving you nuts, you can make like a Mudstucker and try the magic of compromise.